Across Europe, other governments are doing the exact opposite to Alistair Darling in a drive to privatise their banking sectors. We found out what another finance minister, George Alogoskoufis of Greece, thought of the UK's Chancellor's choice.
It's important to maintain credibility of the banking system. The worst thing that can happen to a banking system is a run on a bank. So I hope that this is a temporary solution to a problem that is very, very difficult.
But it seems that all finance ministers agree that banks are better run in the private sector, and hence why you're privatising your banks.
Sure, banks are better run in the private sector, but on the other hand, we have to make sure that depositors and all the market has a lot of confidence in the banking system. So I see this as a measure that will instill confidence in the banking system after this Northern Rock affair.
Another institution that's been trying to instill confidence in the banking system is the European Central Bank. How well do you think the ECB is performing right now? How well have they handled the credit crisis? And how well do you think they are weighing up growth versus inflation?
See, finance ministers were always very careful when we talk about an independent institution such as the ECB. But my personal view has always been that the ECB is doing a very good job. They injected liquidity in the market when liquidity was needed after the summer. They are very, very careful in their interest rate policy decisions. They have a very difficult job to maintain the stability of the banking system, to maintain growth in the European economy. But their prime consideration is inflation, and I think they're doing a very good job in a very difficult period.
This has been a big test for the European Central Bank, and to what extent a one-size-fits-all monetary policy can apply to lots of disparate parts of the European economy. How well do you think Greece has done out of being part of the euro throughout of all of this?
Well, Greece has done very, very well because it has shown very, very high growth since acceding to the euro area. Unemployment has been going down. Inflation, of course, has been a big success because inflation has gone down. Of course, we have our problems. We have to reform our own economy. We have to proceed with further privatization, with further liberalization. The public sector needs a lot of work. But I think that the participation in the euro area has helped us a lot. It has given us credibility, it has given us stability, and of course we can reform the economy in a much better environment.
The Greek economy, in common with the rest of the economies of the eurozone, has slowed in the fourth quarter of last year. How do you stand against your targets now? You're targeting a balanced budget by 2010, I understand. How do you stand against those targets? We have very little visibility about what's happening in the global economy right now.
Well, so far we see no reason to change our plans and our forecasts for the medium term. We have a medium-term plan until 2010. We intend to stick to it. Growth is still very robust in Greece, even slowing down. We had 4% growth last year. We expect 4% growth this year, and there are a number of developments that will sustain this forecast. So we feel that there is no reason to worry about growth. Our main concern is inflation, because imported inflation is certainly creating problems for consumers in the Greek economy, and we have a wage round this year, which we have to make sure that the wage round does not result in an inflationary spiral. But as far as growth is concerned, we are fairly confident that we shall achieve our target.
That was the Greek Minister for the Economy and Finance.